One of the most popular items for breakfast is bread and butter. Go in any part of the world, you'll find bread and butter. Bread, butter, milk, bread, butter, tea, bread, butter, coffee, bread, butter, hot chocolate. Like a standard, absolute standard combination for breakfast, isn't it? Now, if I have this butter with me, and I try to slather this butter on this slice of bread, and I take like huge quantities, chunks of butter, and I'm trying to spread it around, slather it. So much butter. Shall I take more? Some more. Man, there's so much butter I've put here. But you know what? Not a single drop of this butter has gone inside the slice of the bread. As I put all this butter on top, the butter still remains right up there. You know why? Because the slice of bread is cold. When the slice of bread is cold, you put 1 kg of butter on top of it. 1 kilo मक्खन लगाएंगे तभी एक भी बूंद अंदर नहीं घुसेगा उसका. Now instead of that, get a warm slice of bread. A toast, When it's warm and you start spreading the butter on it, you don't even need a kg. Even a little butter that you put on a warm slice of bread starts going inside, deep. And when that butter goes deep inside, and you take a bite of that slice of bread, trust me, that's when it tastes better, because butter's gone everywhere. मक्खन ब्रेड के स्लाइस में अंदर कब जाता है? जब ब्रेड का साइज ठंडा हो? नहीं भाई, मक्खन ब्रेड के स्लाइस के अंदर तब जाता है जब ब्रेड का स्लाइस वार्म हो. रिश्ते भी ऐसे ही होने चाहिए, वार्म लाइक ब्रेड. अगर रिश्ता ठंडा हो, if there's no warmth in a relationship, you can have big gifts, expensive designer purses, expensive designer wallets, expensive designer shoes, expensive designer watches, expensive designer phones, big chunks of butter, expensive holidays and getaways to premium destinations, international destinations in the world, expensive dining dates in a fine dining restaurant somewhere in Austria, big chunks of butter being put. But because the bread is cold, not a single drop is going to go inside. In a relationship, when the heart is warm, when there's warmth between the partners, you don't need a lot, although a lot is not bad. When there's warmth, you can still have designer stuff, you can still have international heart, you can have all of that, but that's not a need. Even a little small gesture, a small little thing will go deep in the heart. When relationships are cold, the biggest things do nothing. And when relationships are warm, even the tiniest little gestures create the bond deeper. And then if big things come, why not? Add on value, right? इसीलिए रिश्तों में ना चीजों से ज्यादा warmth पे फोकस करना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. And how does one bring in that warmth? We can bring that warmth in a relationship by genuine appreciation. People always thrive on kind words and appreciation. We can bring in that warmth in relationships by expressing gratitude. We can bring in that warmth in relationship by sharing responsibilities. We can bring in that warmth in our relationships by helping the other person grow. We can bring in that warmth in our relationships by helping the other person evolve. We can bring in that warmth in our relationships by giving that other person space and not being too possessive. We can bring in that warmth in our relationship by trying to understand each other. When we bring in that warmth, all these actions to bring warmth are like the toaster or like the tawa. When you put that on the tawa, warmth comes in and butter seeps in. Similarly, that heat is appreciation, gratitude, understanding, giving space, sharing responsibilities. When we do all of that, warmth comes in, and then the smallest gestures can cause beautiful bondings. And if it's cold, भैया देख लो, 1 किलो मक्खन लगा के भी बाहर ही पड़ा रहेगा, बड़ा बड़ा डिजाइनर गिफ्ट देके भी रिश्ता कोई गहरा नहीं होगा. वार्मथ लाइए और रिश्ते को डिलिशियस बनाइए.